Hello, and welcome to the Mauer der Toten Easter Egg Speedrun tutorial. This will be a straightforward guide on speedrunning the Mauer egg solo. For this guide, I will work on the assumption that you already have all of your skills fully leveled with Aether Crystals. I will also assume that you know how to complete the egg on a casual level. As always, you should run a match of Outbreak to initiate the Outbreak Reach glitch before you start playing any map. This glitch allows you to reach through walls and additionally extends your reach in general. Mauer can essentially be broken down into two fundamental parts: a round 10 speedrun that takes about 7 to 8 minutes, followed by a 13-minute skill test. This video will be broken up into 7 parts, each part having a timestamp in the description below. Part 1, the setup; Part 2, the round 10 speedrun; Part 3, Klaus; Part 4, cans; Part 5, stopping the train; Part 6, the uranium dupe; and lastly, Part 7, the boss fight. Each section will be broken down into detailed format that will tell you everything you need to do, accomplish, or complete before moving on to the next section of the run. First up, Part 1, the setup. Okay, so the first thing that you're going to want to make sure you have before you even get into the game is you're going to want to have 3 classes set up. I just use the top 3 because it's simplest for me. And the first one, you're going to want to have your Shroud. This will be your starting class. Your second one, you're going to want to have a ring set up on another class. And your third one, you're going to want to have Toxic Growth ready to go. These are going to be the 3 field upgrades that you're going to be swapping throughout the run, so you want to make sure you have them ready to go before you get into a game. So the class setups that you're going to want to have ready to go, the only ones you need are the M16 and the Gallo, and I'm just going to show you my setups for those now. So for the M16, I just run the Millstop, Infantry Compensator, Strike Team Barrel, Steady Aim Laser. Infiltrator Grip, the reason we run this is because you get +5 movement speed, and that's going to allow you to run a little bit faster than you would with Gallo. Magazine, just the last one, handle Serpent Wrap, and stock Buffer Tube. A lot of these attachments are variable, like the handle, stock, body, optic, muzzle even. The one thing that you want to make sure you have is the underbarrel and the magazine the same, because these two are the best options for you in this setup. And then as for the Gallo, what you're going to want is Infantry V-Choke, Task Force, SWAT 5mW, the 12 round tube, and the no stock option. And you just want to make sure you save that as a custom mod. You buy the Gallo on round 2 in this run or round 3, and you're going to want to be able to swap your Gallo onto this version rather than using the one that you get off of the wall. Up next is Part 2, the round 10 speedrun. By the end of the round 10 speedrun, you will have bought a Gallo, turned on power, purchased Shatterblast and Brain Rot, grabbed the Klaus hands from apartments, and know all 3 of your can spawn locations. Additionally, it is possible to have found the Klaus satellite dish, but is not guaranteed and can be done so in Part 3. I will break this section down into 3 parts: rounds 1 through 4, rounds 5 to 7, and lastly rounds 8 to 10. Round 1 starts off quite simple, only requiring that you kill the round as fast as possible. Right away we have our first canister check at QR, which can be seen here. After checking, make your way down and finish out the round. On round 2, you want to be looking through this barrier to get an early first kill. After this, you have 5 other barriers to watch. There are 9 zombies you need to kill here, and there will always be 1 guaranteed at each window, leaving 3 extra zombies with random spawn locations. I like to just cycle through each window, listening for any that might spawn behind me. After ending this round, quickly make your way outside to check for the Speed Cola canister. If you're fast enough, you can also grab the points from Speed Cola. After checking, quickly make your way back to apartments. You can buy the Gallo here if you want, but it's not necessary. It is possible to check if you have Alley Can here by jumping to see if it's down below. You can jump on your way back as well. Round 3 follows the same process as round 2, simply killing all 13 zombies, and heading down to the street, making sure to buy the Gallo on your way out if you have not already. When you drop here, you can check for your Alley Can if you didn't jump and check earlier. Right here you might get a Tempest Street spawn, and if you do, simply pull out your Gallo and kill him, pick up the fuse and make your way over here, and then once you've done so you can swap your Gallo over to the blueprint that we made earlier. For round 4 there are 5 spawn locations, one on the left, one on the right, and 2 far locations. I like to focus on the 2 beside me, occasionally checking for far spawners. Once you're around 42 to 43 zombies killed, start making your way towards the center of the street. You want to try and have the round end when you are further away as to avoid having zombies spawn on the street before you make it to sewer. Once the round has ended, swap to your Gallo and try to line up a long range shroud so that you get a large boost forward. Immediately check the jug can spawn location, then run to find your Tempest. After killing the Tempest, quickly run back and go into the sewer, ideally before zombies spawn. This part is very tight for timing. Once you've dropped into the sewer, make sure to quickly swap to your Ring of Fire class. After doing so, you want to start ending the round as quickly as possible. There are 3 main barriers that you need to watch down here, with a 4th barrier out of sight. If you go too far forward, zombies will spawn further away, so try to stay back while ending this round. Once you reach 64 to 66 zombies killed, you can start making your way towards the train tracks, ending your round in the process.
Failure is all you face.
Right here is the next canister check, known as sewer. This is one of the 3 best canisters you can get. You'll notice in a second that I turn my flashlight off and on. I do this so that it stays on after I turn the power on. It is not necessary, simply a preference. For this round, you want to just cycle through the 3 barriers in the room, trying to end the round as quickly as possible.
And stay down.
After having ended the round, quickly turn around and kill your last Tempest. Then quickly head back to the power room so that you can turn on the power and get into position. The length of this round is determined by how well you can manage 3 barriers. You need to swap to Gallo, pop your ring, and ideally end the round before your ring has ended. I try to shoot no more than 4 bullets at a barrier before turning to the next one. Additionally, if you have a Molotov here, you can end this round in a matter of seconds. Throw your Molotov in this location before popping your ring and only shoot the remaining 2 barriers. Once you've ended this round, swap over to your Toxic Growth class before heading up to turn on Pack-a-Punch. Once at the top of the rope, you have your last canister check at PAP. You have not yet checked Train, but by process of elimination you can know whether or not you have Train, as it is the last possible location. After checking your can, quickly activate PAP, open up the barricade, and dig the following 3 locations on the right side of PAP. Make sure to pick up any explosives or Molotovs as they're useful for ending this round. Additionally, you might get your satellite dish from one of these locations. Kill the Disciple, equip Shatter Blast on your Gallo, and then head to the left side of PAP. Here you will check all dig locations and simultaneously end your round. This is where equipment like explosives and Molotovs will come in handy while you're trying to make all of your dig locations.
Semtex just keeps on giving. Throwing grenade.
If you do not get your satellite, that is fine, but it will equate to time loss later on in the next round.
That's a kill.
Once this round is over, equip Brain Rod on your M16 and immediately run up to apartments. While you're here, make sure you buy stamina. Make your way to this back room and try to quickly brain rot a zombie. Remaining in this room will force the zombie to come to you. Once the zombie is locked onto the door, try and get some quick kills before picking up Klaus hands.
Down you go, all of you.
Should you be taking those?
Once you're done picking up this part, you want to try and end this round as quickly as possible. Using the Gallo, shoot at one of the windows and try to trigger a chain explosion. I like to then swap to my M16 and take out all remaining zombies.
Kill. Undead hostile eliminated.
If you're really lucky, you might get an explosive chain that kills the entire round. Once the round is over, you've completed the round 10 speedrun and it's time for the second hardest part of the run, one cycling Klaus. When it comes to one cycling Klaus, it's all about timing and placement. This part will be where most of your practice runs will reset, as successfully one cycling Klaus requires working in a very small window of time. Following the path taken in this video will help best when taking on this challenge. In this section, you will achieve or acquire the following: the battery from the Krasny, the satellite dish if you do not already have it, 3 numbers for the Cerberus safe, complete Klaus's required kills, grab Klaus's upgrade parts, and lastly, grabbing your perks. After having finished round 10, make your way back down to the streets where we will kill the Krasny to obtain the battery. Right around this point you will hear the Krasny spawn in. Ideally, he will spawn in to your left in the barrier we watched earlier. If you did not get the satellite dish earlier, you would take the time now to dig up the remaining locations until you find the dish, and the Krasny will make his way to you.
Krasny Soldat's once is spotted.
If you already had the dish, keep running to the far side of Pat. This will force the Krasny to jump to your location. Kill him and pick up the battery. After grabbing the battery, make your way down to Klaus.
I appreciate your dedication to the environment, but is now really the time?
This is where things start to get challenging. After activating Klaus, head into this side room and start hoarding up zombies. Be careful not to get pinned or trapped in a corner as the room can become very tight. Once you are prompted to ping Klaus, try to immediately ping him in this exact location. Your goal here is to have Klaus kill all of the zombies on this round.
Requiem sent him for you to fight.
Continue running circles in this room, letting Klaus get every kill, all while avoiding any zombies that might trap you. Once the round is over, head into this room to grab your flashlight. Stand at the side of the locker so that you do not block Klaus, and utilize your outbreak reach glitch. When it comes to running with Klaus, you want to be trying to constantly ping Klaus as far ahead as possible. If Klaus catches up to a ping location, he will stop flying to the next ping, causing him to slow down and fall behind. Make your way towards the boss room door so that Klaus can reveal the secondary door for us. When Klaus approaches the staircase, pinging him in a precise location at the bottom of the stairs will allow him to fly directly up the stairs rather than jumping on the left side. While Klaus is locking onto the door, you have some time here to run and buy or upgrade your armor. However, you want to avoid running too far away from Klaus. Doing so will cancel his animation. What you want here is to trigger Klaus's voice line, which will be followed by a quote from Kravchenko.
Dr. Vogel's secret lab.
Once you've heard Kravchenko's voice line, immediately turn around and head towards the sewer entrance. We will grab our first number here. Make sure to continue pinging Klaus along the way. Your first number, which is your second code, can be found here, here, and here. Head up to the street where we will get our second number and finish Klaus's required kills. While grabbing the second number, I ping Klaus on this curb and let him make his way there. Your second number will spawn here, here, or here. After you grab your number, meet Klaus in front of this truck. When Klaus jumps up the ladder, his ping will disappear. You will need to ping him once again. Just as before, ping Klaus in this exact location and hoard up zombies for Klaus to kill. Once you have heard the sound confirming Klaus has finished killing, immediately head towards apartments. Fun fact, you can ping Klaus into apartments through the floor from streets. Simply point up at the ceiling and ping Klaus. Once you are at Klaus's upgrade station, place the satellite dish, ping Klaus in front of the station, and place your 2 toxic growth traps in these locations. After doing so, grab your third and final number from one of these 3 locations, then head towards the safe. As I said before, one-cycling Klaus is not easy. Many of your beginner runs will end here. Once you have a nice feel for the timing, it becomes much easier. Do not be discouraged by this challenge. While making your way to the safe, be sure to swap back over to Aether Shroud. This will be used until the boss fight. Once at the safe, input the 3 numbers you found earlier. Your first number is the second code, your second number is the third code, and the third number is the first code. Once you've opened up the safe, grab the Cerberus. Turn around and let the zombies climb up through the windows. Make sure they are in the building before you kill them. There are 2 things you want here. You need the laser beam variant of the Cerberus, and you want the round to end. Ideally, you want to get the variant from one of the last 3 zombies on the round. Sometimes your toxic growth kills too many zombies. When this happens, you will not get your laser variant before the round ends. In this case, simply run towards Klaus and there will be disciples slowly making their way towards you. One of them should drop you the variant. Once you have the variant and your round is over, head across the zipline towards spawn. Here, shoot the radio tower to grab this piece for Klaus, then head down the zipline towards Jug. This next step will change depending on which cans you have. You need to shoot 3 different radios to find another piece for Klaus. You also need to shoot a green box for the last piece. Both of these pieces can be picked up now, but depending on which cans you have, you can grab them later, saving you a bit of time overall. If you have a can at Jug, you can grab the radio later. If you do not have a can at Jug, grab it now. If you have a can at Train, you can grab the box later. If you do not have a can at Train, grab it now. It is important to note that it is still possible for Klaus to be destroyed if enough zombies survive your toxic growth. If this happens, I suggest starting over. Once you've grabbed or skipped the pieces, make your way to the boss room door. You need to use your laser beam to melt the door down. You can start shooting from a distance, but the door will not open until you are close enough. Once it is open, quickly step inside to trigger a Tormentor round, then quickly head up the zipline to grab your perks. Once at the top, quickly run to the Wonder Fizz and buy Jug and Speed Cola, then turn around and drop down to get on top of the tank. During this time, you need to get rid of the variant by depleting the ammo, you need to end the Tormentor round, and you need to prevent Klaus from jumping up to the Wonder Fizz machine. If Klaus's duration ends while he is mid-jump animation, he is extremely likely to bug out later in the run, losing upwards of a minute of time. I tried to constantly ping him beside the tank so that he does not wander off on his own, preventing this bug. Once the round is over, head down to the boss room to begin part 4 of the speedrun, completing your cans. For the purposes of this video, I will only be demonstrating speedrun strategies for 3 different variations of canisters. There are 7 possible spawn locations for your 3 cans. This equates to 35 different possible combinations of cans that you can get. The 3 that I will be explaining are known as perfect cans, second best cans, and worst best cans. With each of these combinations being a 1 in 35 chance, this is the biggest reset factor in the entire speedrun. When you first start learning the map, it is unnecessary to reset for these combinations. However, once you are comfortable with all other aspects of the map, you will eventually be required to reset for better and better cans. As a quick refresher, this step requires killing 3 Tempests near a canister in order to fill that canister. After filling a canister, you need to bring the charged canister back to the boss arena. Tempests are summoned with Tempest Lures, found in the boss arena. If any of your Tempests are out of range when you kill them, you will need to use another trap to complete the canister. If you have used all of your lures, you need to flip the round to spawn in a new set of lures. First up, perfect cans. Perfect cans consist of having sewer, train, and pap. This is the fastest combination of cans that you can have. The reason for this is that they are not only close, but they allow for the most optimization between each can. Starting off, enter the boss arena and wait for the shield to disappear from this device. After the shield disappears, 3 cans will dispense that you need to pick up. When playing perfect cans, you only need to grab 2 cans here. Additionally, shoot this box open and grab 2 Tempest Lures. After you've grabbed 2 lures and 2 cans, climb up on this console to head towards Sewer Can. Run to your sewer can and place a canister. After placing, start running towards Train. but quickly turn around and throw a lure directly at the sewer canister. This will spawn in your Tempest for you to kill on your way back. It is important to note that spawning in your Tempest early can only be done between train and sewer. All other locations will trigger your Tempest to teleport to your location. After throwing your lure, continue running towards train. When approaching your can, you can bank your lure off of this pillar to spawn your Tempest in sooner. Make sure to place your can before you kill any Tempests and grab the Klaus piece we saved from earlier. Kill your Tempests and grab your canister. During any downtime, it is essential to be killing any and all zombies or boss zombies you see. You need to end the round during cans as well as build up enough points. Don't be afraid to use the explosive ability when holding the can. It definitely comes in handy and recharges quickly. When you approach your sewer can again, you can kill your 3 Tempests. Try to avoid stopping in this area as you can be one-shot by Manglers and Tempests both targeting you. After killing your Tempests, place your train can in the boss room, grab a new lure, and grab the last canister. Head back up to the sewer can, grab it, and take it to the boss room. Most often, if you kill enough zombies, your round will end before or after placing your second finished can. Finally, head up towards your final can at Pap. Throw your lure early, place your canister, and kill your Tempests. After killing your Tempests, take your canister back down to the boss arena. It is important to note that you want to avoid killing too many zombies here, as you will have a chance to kill them after finishing your cans. Next up, second best cans. After the shield lowers, grab 2 lures, all 3 canisters, and make your way towards sewer. Approach your sewer can, but this time do not throw a lure. Make your way towards train and place a canister there. After doing so, make your way up to jug canister. Throw your lure early, then quickly place your canister and start looking for your radio piece. After finding your piece, kill your Tempests. As with perfect cans, you want to be killing as many zombies as possible here so that you can end the round and build up points. While making your way back, throw your lure at train and grab your last Klaus piece. Turn around and kill your Tempests. Try killing them while still making your way towards the boss arena. After placing your jug canister, you will place sewer and train cans as you would have played in perfect cans. Throw your lure at sewer while you run to grab train and kill your Tempests on the way back. After placing train, simply run back to sewer, grab the canister, and place it in the boss arena to finish your cans. As always, you want to make sure that your round ends just before or just after placing your second can. Lastly, best worst cans. This combination consists of sewer, jug, and Pap. There is no special way to play these cans, but the best way to do so is by completing jug, then sewer, then Pap. While learning the map, I highly suggest playing out any combination of cans while you learn the route. Once you have a comfortable PB, then I would suggest resetting for one of these 3 combinations. Once you've completed all 3 cans, it's time for part 5, stopping the train. During this step, you will have Klaus stop the train so that you can acquire the parts necessary to spawn in your Megaton. Stopping the train can be difficult due to the passing trains as well as Klaus's pathing taking unexpected turns. After placing your last can, climb onto this computer console, turn around, and shroud into the sewer. Make sure to be looking slightly upward when you shroud to avoid shrouding into the room you are already in. Climbing here is the safer option, but you can also jump from the floor and shroud through to the sewer, although this method is less consistent. Once you've shrouded through, make your way over to Klaus and build his new upgrade. Be careful not to accidentally buy Klaus before upgrading him. Around this point, you will have most of the next round spawning on you. You want to kill about 90% of the round here, mainly focusing on killing zombies that might block Klaus's pathing. While killing these zombies, you want to be pinging Klaus towards the far set of train tracks so that he can stop the train. After pinging Klaus on the tracks, head to the console to flip over the tracks. If a train goes by at this point, you will need to wait for the railway tracks to cool down before you can interact with them.